Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the SWS. Continuing on with college football week 5, Big Ten matchup here, Wisconsin, USC. Let's go.
Welcome to the SWS. The SWS. SWS. Hey, get the SWS.
All right, so the Badgers are out west here, and USC is now laying 15.5, 16 points. That line's been on the move because it was sitting at 12.5 just a couple days ago. Total sitting at 50.5 or 51, depending on your sports book. Let's take a quick look at the pie charts, and according to this data that I don't trust, public action is pretty split 50-50, but money is all over USC, and that would be in line with the line movement. Clearly, sharp action is coming in on the USC side. So let's get into this matchup, and we'll start with the Wisconsin offense. They've been running a quick pace, 7th in pace so far this year, 44th in run frequency, so they've been running the ball. Obviously, Tyler Van Dyke, torn ACL, out for the season, unfortunately. Braden Locke is going to take over at quarterback, so, I mean, we're looking at these Wisconsin offensive numbers. Not sure what to really expect here. On the season, they're 42nd in OFEI, 112th in yards per play. I mean, they have a nice-looking rushing success rate, 16th, but Braden Locke, the brief stints we've seen from him at quarterback haven't been great. I mean, I think he made 4 starts last year. I'm pretty sure it was 4. Completed less than 50% of his passes. 49.8% completions. 5.1 yards per attempt. So it's not like he's throwing the ball downfield or anything. He's got a passer rating of 100.25 in his 4 starts last year. That's terrible on the college football passer rating scale. The only data we have from him this year is the Alabama game, and we can't judge this kid against Alabama. I mean, Alabama's defense is nuts. And to be fair, if you look at the game logs from last year, he did see some very tough defenses. Iowa's in there, I think Michigan. So maybe this kid hasn't gotten a fair shake yet, but no question, I'm a little worried putting my faith in the Wisconsin offense with Braden Locke at quarterback. His 2 road starts last year, 5.8 yards per attempt, 34.9 passing success rate. So, yeah, I don't have a ton of faith in Braden Locke at quarterback. And when it comes to the USC passing defense, I mean, we really don't know what we have here. We saw Garrett Nussmeier have himself a solid day against USC in the opener. 30 of 39, 308 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 155 passer rating. But LSU is looking like they have one of the best passing offenses in college football. What did we see last week? Alex Orji, 7 of 12, 32 yards. So, I mean, we don't really have many data points when it comes to judging the USC pass defense. Here are the numbers on the season. They actually look pretty good. 24th in yards per pass attempt allowed. 103rd in success rate isn't great. 12th in effective pass. But like I said, we've seen such extremes. We saw them play LSU, arguably the top 5 passing defense in the country, passing offense in the country. And then we saw them play Michigan, a team that literally never passes when Alex Orji is playing quarterback. So really don't have much of a feel as far as what I think about this USC pass defense, but I'm actually paying more attention to the run defense numbers. 101st in yards per carry allowed, 66th in effective rush. Now, the Wisconsin offensive line hasn't been great this year, just 82nd in run blocking grade, 61st in line yards, 30th in stuff rate. But look at the USC defensive front. They've actually done a decent job in pass rush as far as getting to the quarterback, but as far as stopping the run, 76th in run defense rank, 84th in line yards, 85th in stuff rate, 93rd in power success rate. Is it possible that Wisconsin's able to run the football in this game? I mean, I think the evidence points to yes. Now, Wisconsin's rushing attack has been anything but spectacular this year. First 2 games of the season, 4.25 yards a carry, 183.5 rushing yards per game. Not very efficient, but not terrible. Couldn't really run the ball in Alabama, but I mean, their quarterback got hurt midway through the game, and it's Alabama. I'm not going to judge the Wisconsin rushing attack by not being able to average 4.5 yards a carry against Alabama. This USC run defense is not Alabama. In fact, we just saw a similar matchup in a sense that USC went into the Big House. They knew exactly what Michigan was going to try to do. Now, they didn't have game film on Orji, which definitely put them at a disadvantage, but they knew Michigan was going to try to run the ball in that game, and Michigan ran all over them. 6.3 yards a carry, 290 rushing yards in the game, 3 rushing touchdowns. So I don't think it's crazy to say that Wisconsin is able to establish some sort of run game here. I think Wisconsin might be able to run the ball on USC. But what about the other side? We got the USC offense. Obviously, Miller Moss, this team throws the ball. They're 7th in pass frequency, on the year. This is a team that likes to throw the football. They do have efficient rushing numbers. They're 27th in yards per carry, 7th in success rate. Remember, they got Woody Marks there from Mississippi State now, so they have superstar running back. But still, this is a pass-first offense. They're rated 8th in effective pass. Miller Moss on the season, 883 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Pretty solid-looking numbers across the board. On the road in Michigan was not his best effort, but on the road in the big house, we can't judge him based on this. Drop back to pass 51 times. Just 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pick, a 117 passer rating. Not a great game, but again, he was under duress. That Michigan defense is real. This Wisconsin defense is most definitely not Michigan. They're 34th in DFEI, which isn't bad, but 88th in yards per play allowed, 77th in yards per carry allowed, 116th in yards per pass attempt allowed. I mean, this is looking like a bad Wisconsin defense, and surprisingly, they're struggling against the run, which is just so off-brand for Wisconsin. So even though USC is a team that throws the ball, I wouldn't be surprised if Woody Marks is able to have himself a day on the ground as well. But as far as stopping Miller Moss and the USC passing attack, I mean, we just saw Milroe go into Madison and piece Wisconsin up. He only shot back to pass 17 times the whole game. 12 of 17, 196 yards, 3 touchdowns, passer rating over 225. This Wisconsin defensive front has been really disappointing, struggling against the run. I mean, the Wisconsin defensive line is getting bullied on the line of scrimmage, just not something you see often. The good news is they're matched up against a USC offensive line that's actually been struggling in pass protection. 107th in pressure rate allowed, 131st in pass block grade. Wisconsin's pass rush hasn't been anything crazy, but maybe they finally get a matchup where the pass rush can be effective here. The problem is, I don't think they could stop USC if they want to run the ball, which they don't really, and I know that's crazy to even say. USC's run game is not really a thing, but ever since week 1, I mean, they only averaged 3 yards per carry against LSU, 6.7 yards per carry against Utah State, 4.6 yards per carry on the road in the big house. So if I'm USC, I might consider running the ball here. Certainly takes some pressure off your offensive line in the pass blocking department. Wisconsin's defensive front has shown us they're struggling to stop the run. I think we're going to see USC run the ball a little bit in this game. Here's the thing. If they're going to come out running the ball, and I expect Wisconsin to establish some sort of running game, how are we covering 16 points? Which is why I'm on the other side. It's crazy because when I first saw this number and I first looked at this game, I was like, oh, this line's going to be like 11, 12, and I guess that's got to be a pass at that point. But now we're talking about 16. I mean, shit, if this hits 17, I have to bet Wisconsin. I'm leaning Wisconsin already at 16. If it hits 17, I'm in. So as far as this video goes, as of right now, it's Wisconsin or pass. If it hits 17, I'm in. I'll play Wisconsin at 17. If you want to see all the bets I currently have open, head over to KyleKirms.com and click on Open Bets. You'll see all mine as well as everyone on the staff here. Also, if you sign up for Sauce Network Plus, it comes with access to the Discord, and you can participate in the weekly betting league. $150 and one of these trophies go to the winner every single week. So if you're interested, head over to the website and sign up. Let's have ourselves a nice college football week 5. Oh, live shows. College football Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. up to kickoff. We'll go through as many games as we can. We went through 30 last week. Sunday NFL, 11 a.m. up to kickoff. If you're able to make it, we'd love to see you in the comments. Let's have a good one. Remember to bet responsibly. Talk to you in the Discord.